Well, good morning. I used to be an entrepreneur and businessman in Venezuela and also an academic. And one of the main topics that we wanted to deliver in the country was democracy. Democracy meaning freedom, rights, respect, peace, rule of law, quality of life, among others. And from that point of view, we try to find out what's going on right now. And what we have found is this slideshow that I would like you to read, and I'm going to try to complement with other ideas. This is Mr. Chavez. That's what he said. Can you read it? No. Those are not my words, are his. One of the main problems is that Venezuelan democracy was built in 40 years and has been destroyed in 11 years. What has happened there is that the Cuban strategy failed in Chile and Venezuela in the 70s, and they changed that kind of a strategy to a slow pace in 21st century. And if they do that by step by step, the reaction that people in the country can do could be controlled. The new constitution, I'm sorry, this is what the defense minister in 2008 said. That's because the present government was elected by elections, but is ruled by military people. So that's one of the main problems that we have in this democracy. The new constitution done in 1999 is not followed by regime, but is applied to all the citizens. Here you see what the Major General Rangel Silva said last week. If we win the elections, they won't support us. They will be against us. So you see, that's really something that is dismantling the democracy in the country. We think that that has to be shown to everyone in the world. Even more, not only on the political rights, that you saw what the regime says. In economic rights, you can see all the enterprises that has been nationalized, meaning but nationalized, not that they were paid to their owners. They were confiscated. And right now, most of those enterprises, they don't produce more than 20% of what they were producing before. You see, if you see the name, I don't know if you can see those, but they are on the agricultural side, in food, in finance, in everything. Now, last week was in the construction business. So housing right now is not going to be anymore. In the previous governments, until let's say 2000, in the country we built more or less 100,000 units per year. Right now, during the last 11 years, less than 30,000 has been built, and the government is about 20%, has built 20% of those. Those are some of the corporations that has been taken from the private sector. from their owners. Most of them have not been paid. So it's something that we have to realize. There are more corporations in the new way. What we have right now is a bureaucracy that the people who are running those corporations, they are more or less like this. We have a bus driver as a foreign relations minister. We have a clerk as the Minister of Education. Military lieutenants are top officials in the administration. So try to realize what kind of bureaucracy we have right now. Public utilities are failing every day due to lack of preparation of their managers. We have electricity in problems, transportation, subway, garbage collection, everything is running bad right now. On the agricultural side, we have more than 3 million hectares that has been confiscated, and as far as I know, only 4 of them has been paid of the 800 owners. We have problem with people from Spain and from people from Portugal that were living in the country for 40 years, 45 years, and now they have no more land to work. This is the Minister of Oil. That's the other problem. The oil industry is in bankruptcy. We have a big problem because they say that they are producing 3 million barrels per day, and according to the international agency, it's not more than 2 million. And most of those barrels are given away in a long-term payment to the countries that are with the government. The only country that is paying the bill, the oil bill to Venezuela, is the United States. And one of the problems that we see is that the Venezuelan oil is heavy oil that could be refined only in certain refineries. I would say Louisiana and Texas. I imagine what could happen if the US say, well, let's confiscate those refineries to the Venezuelan government, and there will be no refinery of Venezuelan heavy oil, no income to Venezuela, so we don't have revolution. There were no revolution in the country. So there is something that in this great place that is the US Capitol could be something to be talked among people. Look at that. 75 enterprises that work for the oil company were confiscated. No payment to them. This is what you can see. We have, these are the production, and look at the external debt of Venezuela. From almost 13% grew on these years. I don't know who are going to pay that, because I know that I'm not going to be alive by then. This is the President of the National Assembly. Look what he says. And what is more important of this could be this one. The President of the Supreme Court believed that if we